Hello, this is Matt, and I would like to give you an overview of online course accommodations. So let's get started. So what are accommodations? Accommodations provide equal access to the curriculum, not an unfair advantage. Schools are required by law to provide reasonable accommodations to students with disabilities. Accommodations should never alter the meaning of the curriculum. So let's take a look at Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences. He concluded that students learn, perform, understand, and remember in their own unique ways, and has described 8 distinct intelligences. The strength of those intelligences and the ways in which such intelligences are called upon and combined to carry out different tasks, solve problems, or progress in various categories creates the difference between students. In other words, students learn in different ways, and we have to meet the needs of all learners through differentiated instruction. With that said, delivering and assessing content in a variety of ways would assist many students, as well as keep things fair and equal for all students involved. So do accommodations change the curriculum? Accommodations provide different ways for kids to take in information or communicate their knowledge back to the instructor. The changes basically don't alter or lower the standards or expectations for a subject or a test. How do students get accommodations? Typically, a higher education institution requires that a student with a disability register with the office that provides support services for students with disabilities in order to receive accommodations. It is the student's responsibility to request services in a timely manner. These offices confirm the student's disability and eligibility for services and accommodations. A course instructor typically receives a letter from this office detailing recommended accommodations for a student. The student with a disability is responsible for meeting all course requirements using only the approved accommodations. So how do you find out about the accommodations? Any student that qualifies and is requesting accommodations should contact the director of the Office for Disability Services at the beginning of the semester. The director will then give them a formal accommodation letter that outlines the approved accommodations. It is the student's responsibility to either email this letter to their instructor or deliver the letter in person. If a student asks for accommodations and does not have a formal letter from the Office for Disability Services, they will have to contact the Director of Disability Services. So how does technology allow for these accommodations? Adaptive release allows instructors to release content based on rules that they create. In other words, the instructor can control what content is made available to which students and under what conditions they are allowed to see it. This is a great way to individualize the content and meet the needs of all learners. So what do you need to remember? First, accommodations are never retroactive. Second, accommodations are confidential between the instructor and the student. Third, students and instructors work together to figure out what will work best in the classroom. And lastly, creating boundaries and expectations in the beginning is best. So what is the main goal of making accommodations? Aids, benefits, and services must afford an eligible student equal opportunity to obtain the same result, to gain the same benefit, or to reach the same level of achievement in the most integrated setting appropriate to the student's needs. These aids, benefits, and services are not required to produce the identical result or level of achievement for both students with disabilities and students without disabilities. So what do you do if you need help? If you need any special course accommodations because of a documented disability, please notify your instructor within a reasonable length of time, preferably the first week of the term. So I hope that this overview of accommodations in an online course helps you to understand the process of how you can obtain accommodations and the process for using them. Thank you for watching.